Iraq News highlights and points to ponder Saturday AM, November 16, 24. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. PM's advisor. Government able to increase spending without inflation or fiscal deficit. Baghdad, WAA. Nasser al-Hajj, the Prime Minister's advisor for financial affairs, confirmed today, Saturday, that the good performance of the financial space is an indication of the government's ability to spend without problems, while he pointed out that the government was not hindered by the shortage in the regular flow of public revenue in some months. Saleh told the Iraqi news agency, INA, the government's financial policy worked towards the principle of fiscal space in the economy, which means that the pace of growth in general and investment spending on projects in particular were not hampered by the temporary shortage in the regular flow of public revenue in some months. He added, therefore, the good performance of the fiscal space indicates the government's ability to increase spending or social support to support the economy without causing serious financial problems such as inflation or a large deficit. He continued, this space is still available when the state's financial situation is good, and allows the government to take fiscal policies to stimulate economic growth, such as increasing spending on infrastructure or improving social services. Economist. Parallel market remains pivotal to financing Iraq's trade with Iran, Syria. Time. The 16th of November 2024 reading. 767 times. Economic. Al-Farad News, economic expert Abdul Rahman al-Mashadani confirmed today, Saturday, that the difference in the dollar exchange rates between the parallel market and the official price is considered a normal matter at the present time, indicating that Iraq has not yet solved the problem of trade with the sanctioned countries. Al-Mashadani told Al-Farad news agency, we need between $25 and $35 million daily to finance trade with Iran and Syria, especially since the private sector's trade with these two countries is considered the largest and is financed from the parallel market. He added, this difference between the two prices is mainly due to financing trade from the parallel market, noting that this is the main reason for the difference between the official and parallel prices remaining. He explained that, indications indicate that US President Trump is thinking of easing sanctions on Russia and Iran due to their impact on the US economy, noting that, if sanctions are eased and Iraq is allowed to deal directly with Iran to finance its trade, the dollar will return to levels close to the official price. From Raghad, U.S. Institute. Trump administration may prevent Iraq from importing Iranian gas as part of pressure on Tehran. Energy Economy News. Follow-up. The American Foreign Policy Research Institute believes that the Trump administration may use pressure on the Tehran government through economic files, including exporting gas to Iraq. The institute published a report stating that the Trump administration may take advantage of regional tensions to pressure the Iraqi government to reform security institutions and limit the influence of factions. The report added that the Trump administration may prevent Iraq from buying Iranian gas as part of its expected strategy of maximum pressure against Tehran. Regarding foreign withdrawal, the report said that Trump may decide to keep U.S. forces in Iraq depending on the course of regional events. He added, the attacks launched from Iraq will make the country vulnerable to targeting, similar to Syria, Lebanon and Yemen. Find out the exchange rates of the dollar against the dinar in the Iraqi stock exchanges. Economy. The 16th of November 2024, 3,838 views. Sumerian News. Economy publishes Sumerian News, exchange rates dollar against the dinar Iraqi in local Iraqi markets on Saturday, November 16, 2024. Baghdad. Selling price. 151,000. Buying price. 150,250. Erbil. Selling price. 151,250. Buying price. 150,600. Basra. Selling price. 151,000. Buying price. 150,000. On February 7, 2022, the Council of Ministers announced the approval of amending the exchange rate dollar to 1320 dinars per dollar. Iraq is ahead of China in trade exchange with Iran. These are the numbers. Economy. The 16th of November 2024, Mail Economy. Responsible. Iranian trade exchanges between Iran and other countries last October exceeded 22,809,000 tons. The spokesman said, Committee Relationships International and Trade Development in the House. The Iranian Ministry of Industry, Trade and Mines said that trade exchanges between Iran and other countries in October exceeded 22,809,000 tons, worth $13,698 million, which is 39% more than in October of last year. Ruhollah Latifi explained, in statements reported by an agency ISNA News. Iran's non-oil trade in October this year, whether in exports, imports or foreign transit, witnessed a remarkable growth. As it was export more than 18,359,000 tons of goods worth $6,771,000,000 this month, which is an increase of 58.6% in weight and 62.6% in value compared to October last year. Regarding Iran's main export destinations last month, he said, although China bought most of Iran's goods in the exports of the past months, Iraq last October, it was the first destination for Iranian goods exports, with a share of $2.78 billion. After that, Iraq-China came in second place with $1.434 billion, followed by Turkey with $925 million, the UAE with $783 million, and Afghanistan with $249 million. Regarding the first countries that sell goods to Iran, the spokesman said, Committee Relationships International and Trade Development in the House Iranian Industry. Trade and Mines. Last October, the UAE ranked first in selling goods to Iran, with $2.18 billion, followed by China with $1.755 billion, Turkey with $1.442 billion, Germany with $200 million, and Russia with $161 million. New decline in gold in Iraq, and globally records the worst week in 3 years. Time: the 15th of November 2024 reading, 520 times new decline in gold in Iraq, and globally records the worst week in 3 years. Rupberg. Economic. Al-Farad News, gold prices in Iraq continued to decline today, Friday, along with its global decline. The price of one mith call in Baghdad of 21 carats reached 545,000 dinars after touching the 600,000 dinars barrier in the past weeks. Globally, gold prices declined in today's trading, Friday, with the rise of the dollar in global markets, heading towards recording the worst weekly performance in nearly 3 years. By 11:10 Moscow time, December gold futures, COMEX, fell by 0.10% to $2,569.70 per ounce. Spot contracts for the precious metal fell by 0.07% to $2,563.10 per ounce, according to data from Bloomberg. Al-Sahaf. Washington continues to support terrorist organizations in Iraq. Information, Baghdad. The spokesman for the Popular Legal Movement, Mohammed al-Sahaf, confirmed today, Saturday, that the file of removing American forces from the country is still unresolved, indicating that this represents a danger to the political, security and economic conditions of the country. Al-Sahaf said in a statement to Al-Maluma agency, Iraq does not need American forces under the pretext of fighting the terrorist organization ISIS, noting that the withdrawal of these forces must begin without any delay. Al-Sahaf said in a statement to Al-Maluma agency, Iraq does not need American forces under the pretext of fighting the terrorist organization ISIS, noting that the withdrawal of these forces must begin without any delay. He added that the withdrawal of these forces is a guarantee for the security and stability of all of Iraq, noting that America continues its generous support for terrorist organizations in Iraq. Al-Sahaf continued, the file of withdrawing American forces from the country is still unresolved. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: dinarrecaps.com